And the Low Country. You're watching WJCL 22 Morning News, the one to watch.
Right now on WJCL 22 Morning News at 8. A loud, strange noise rattling Chatham County. What neighbors think is behind it. Plus, a fragile ceasefire between the U.S. and Iran as tensions rise over the Strait of Hormuz. How oil concerns are creating political differences. And the Publix Women's Half Marathon and 5K is underway. We take you live to the marathon. But first, here's a live look from Tybee Island at Hotel Tybee. As you can see, I don't think there's anyone on the beach right now, but we'll see how the weather goes. I expect a couple people to be out there today. Thanks so much for starting your day with WJCL 22 News. Good morning, I'm Tia Maggio. Here with meteorologist is Catherine Liberta. And Catherine, as you saw earlier, we didn't see anyone at the beach right now, but what are conditions going to look like for later today?
I'm sure that beach will be packed later today, Tia. With all of the sunshine that we have in the forecast, it is going to be beautiful. Now, we mentioned the Savannah Women's Half Marathon and 5K kicked off at 7 o'clock this morning. Comfortable running weather right now. Temperatures are in the low 50s, and as we go throughout this morning, those temperatures are going to warm up. We'll be in the upper 60s by 10 o'clock, and then as we go into later this afternoon, we are going to see those temperatures into the 80s. Right now, you see 54 for Savannah, 50 for Pembroke, you see 54 down in Darien, and then the upper 50s out on Tybee and for Hilton Head Island. Still a few 40s lingering around as we go throughout the next couple of days. That pollen count's at a medium today, but then it will ramp up as we go throughout the weekend and into next week. As we look ahead, we are talking about more dry weather, and then we also have 90s possible as we go towards the end of next week. I will detail that forecast for you and show you what to expect coming up in just about 10 minutes. Tia?
Catherine, thank you. In Toombs County, we're learning new details about the death of a 2-year-old boy. Authorities say he was in the yard of his home when an SUV backing up hit and ran over him. This happening Wednesday on Cadillac Drive in Vidalia. Investigators interviewed the child's mother and the driver, and they say the incident appears accidental. Georgia State Patrol's Specialized Collision Risk Reduction Team is assisting in the investigation. Well, a strange and loud sound heard overnight in Chatham County is going viral on social media. WJCL 22 News' Kirsten Masalka has what residents and the military are saying about it.
From Savannah to Berwick to here in Georgetown, residents across the county tell me they woke up to the same strange noise overnight. While some were just confused, others say they were concerned for their safety amid the ongoing war overseas and want answers.
I've never heard anything like it before.
Definitely very scary sounding.
Very loud to the point where it was concerning.
It was the sound heard around Chatham County overnight.
Sounded really piercing, like a leaf blower times 100.
Locals say it woke them up and continued for as long as 20 minutes.
I have no idea what it could have been, but something other than just guns.
And they're not alone. Dozens of residents took to social media, sharing videos from Savannah, Georgetown, and Berwick of the peculiar noise. Theories ranged from gunfire to an invasion to something supernatural.
Anyone could think, are we under attack?
It made me uncomfortable because I didn't know what it was.
One of the most common guesses, military operations. All 3 locations where the noise was reported surround Hunter Army Airfield. However, we reached out to the base. They denied any involvement or knowledge of the noise. And a statement Friday saying, quote, "We can confirm there were no reported training activities in the area early this morning," including that they even checked with service members and their families, saying, quote, "None reported hearing anything like the sounds."
Either way, at least give people a warning so we can put some earplugs in, okay?
If it is involving training, that they should tell the public, especially in today's political climate. We just never know.
So was it aliens, the military, or something else? For now, your neighbor's guess is as good as anyone's, because it's a mystery. Some of the residents I talked to say they've lived in the area for years and have grown used to the usual sounds they'll hear from nearby military bases. But they say this case was completely different, unlike anything they've heard before. Reporting in Georgetown, Kirsten Masalka, WJCL 22 News.
Kirsten, thank you. Turning to Commitment 2026 in South Carolina, the architect of the conservative blueprint known as Project 2025 has dropped out of the U.S. Senate race. Paul Dans announced his decision to end his campaign against incumbent Republican U.S. Senator Lindsey Graham. Dans is now endorsing businessman Mark Lynch. President Donald Trump on social media celebrated Dan's leaving of the race, reaffirming his support for Graham. Senator Graham is running for a 5th term. President Trump making remarks about the fragile ceasefire with Iran. Peace talks with Vice President J.D. Vance set to begin today. ABC's Mary Bruce has the latest from the White House.
President Trump closely monitoring the ceasefire on the eve of the high-stakes talks between the U.S. and Iran.
What would a good deal look like for you?
No nuclear weapons.
Iranian delegation arriving in Islamabad, which is hosting the negotiations. Vice President J.D. Vance on his way there.
If the Iranians are willing to negotiate in good faith, we're certainly willing to extend the open hand. If they're going to try to play us, then they're going to find that the negotiating team is not that receptive.
Iran has already failed to comply with the president's main condition for the ceasefire, reopening the Strait of Hormuz. 4 days after the ceasefire was announced, only 2 ships today moving through the waterway. Trump posting Iran is doing a very poor job, dishonorable some would say, of allowing oil to go through the Strait of Hormuz. That is not the agreement we have. Iran accuses the U.S. of going back on its promise to get Israel to stop attacking Iran-backed Hezbollah targets in Lebanon. Trump says that was never part of the deal. And tonight, Iran adding a new condition, saying the U.S. must release Iran's blocked assets before negotiations begin. But it's unclear what that means. The president posting, the Iranians don't seem to realize they have no cards other than a short-term extortion of the world by using international waterways. The only reason they are alive today is to negotiate. Here at home, the war's toll mounting. Inflation surging 3.3%, a 2-year high, much of it driven by a 21% increase in gas prices, the largest one-month increase since 1967. The average price of a gallon of gas now $4.12. Among the hardest hit, farmers like Ben Smith in Bealton, Virginia, who tells our Elizabeth Schulze he's now grappling with soaring costs for diesel and fertilizer.
So you're talking more than $100,000 in extra costs because of what we're seeing with the supply chain and the war.
That's right. We didn't see this one coming. We weren't prepared.
Mary Bruce, ABC News, Washington.
Now to a live look from Forsyth Park in Savannah, where thousands of runners are underway racing in the public Savannah's Women's Half Marathon 5K. You can see them right there, some finishing up right now. Now the race takes you through some of the host city's most historic districts, taking you everywhere from Juliette Gordon Low House to the Grayson Stadium. Now let's take a look at some of the routes and maps. I know a lot of people are concerned about road closures. You can see the 5K and half marathon routes on your screen. Both got started at the Forsyth Park at Drayton and Gwinnett Streets. Now the half marathon and 5K started just about an hour ago. Most road closures along the route started at 5 a.m. They're supposed to end at 11:30 a.m. Well, the Savannah-Chatham County School Board President is on the ballot this May. WJCL 22 News and the Savannah Debate Series are teaming up for a special live event. We're hosting a live forum. It's a conversation with the candidates about the future of the school district. That's happening this Tuesday. You can stream the forum on WJCL.com and our Facebook page.
Your traffic track 22 this morning. If you are heading out to the airport, looks like no issues out there on the roadways right now. Savannah to the airport, just about a 20-minute drive. Hilton Head, it is under an hour in Hinesville, under 45 minutes this morning. If you are heading from Pooler to downtown, it's just about a 10-minute drive. And across the area, looks like traffic is moving well. Tia?
Catherine, thank you. Well, overnight, Artemis 2 astronauts splashed down in the Pacific after a historic trip around the moon. We'll have more on that after the break.
And get ready for a beautiful weekend. You see a live look right now out on Broughton Street. Gorgeous start to your Saturday. I'll detail your full weekend forecast and show you what to expect next week. Coming up right after the break. If you want to keep up to date with the certified most accurate forecast, download the WJCL 22 News app.